Hello, my name is Don and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most inexpensive precision .22 long rifles on the market, the Savage MK2. So don't go anywhere. So if you haven't noticed on my channel, I don't have a lot of high-end rifles. I don't have any Voodoos or any Rimexes. The highest end rifle I have is the modified CZ457 with the MDT stock and the Elijah barrel. That's my most expensive rifle that I own. But I do have a lot of very nice rifles that weren't the price of the other high-end rifles that I think I get pretty much the same accuracy out of. But you know, I don't ever want to price somebody out of watching my channel, because I think there's a lot of guys out there, a lot more guys out there that can afford a CZ457 versus a Voodoo or a Rimex. And I think there's even more guys out there that could justify or afford a rifle like this, which is the Savage MK2. Now this is the FV version, I believe, or SRFV. I'll post it up here. I'm not sure. I don't remember what model this was. But this is the cheapest bull-barreled .22 long rifle MK2 that Savage makes. It ran me $249 at Cabela's, and it's a good shooter. This will shoot just as good as my other rifles with the right ammunition. It might be a little more ammunition fussy, but with the right ammunition, this rifle shoots just as good as the others that I have, if not a little better than some of them. The downfall on these rifles is they're simple. They're a little crude. They don't have the machining that the other rifles have that make those rifles cost more. They're very simple. Savage has been making these forever, and Savage does make accurate rifles. They make very accurate rifles. They just don't have any of the frills that these other rifles have, these new ones that have come out recently. Now, you know, precision .22 hasn't always been like it is now. With the price of center fire ammunition, you know, a lot of guys are going to the .22 long rifle to compete with, because, you know, let's face it, the center fire ammunition is just out of this world right now. I found some 6.5 Creedmoor decent match ammunitions running anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks for 20 rounds. Now, that's ridiculous. You know, it used to be, I think on the high end, I think it was 40 bucks, you know, so it's pretty much doubled in price. And that's why, you know, a lot of the SK can't keep up with the match ammunition. That's why, you know, all these rifles, everybody's coming out with a precision .22. And for good reason. There's a market for it. There's a huge market for it, and it's just growing every day. So anyway, this is the Savage MK2. This is the cheapest bull-barreled rifle MK2 that Savage makes. It doesn't even have a proper rail, scope mount rail on it. It's just got two little rails which I had to reattach because they were loose as a goose when I got them. I had to Loctite those down. They were, like I said, they were severely loose. And they have these magazines. Now these magazines, they leave a lot to be desired, but they work. The problem that they have on these, they have little pinch welds in here, and they break apart after a while of using them. But you know, they're like 23 bucks, I think, for one of these magazines. And if you have a welder at home, it wouldn't hurt just to, you know, just put a little tack on these maybe and grind them down, and I'm sure that would raise their dependability up quite a bit. Just don't put too much heat on them. But you know, these are a crude rifle. But they work. They work real well, and that's what I want to show you today. So we're going to try a few different ammunitions here at 50 yards, and I want to show you guys, and if anybody out there has kind of been wondering, hey, I'd like to get into the sport, but I don't want to spend an arm and a leg. I want to see if I like it first this would be a good way to start, you know, the Savage MK2. Now, they make several different models of these, but, you know, if you start getting, I think the TRSR is a, that has a Boyd stock on it, more of a vertical grip, probably more of a precision style rifle stock. It does have a fluted barrel. It's a little bit better model, but it's approaching $600. And I think there are better options. If you're going to spend $600 on a rifle, you could get into a CZ457, like a varmint, for like right around that price, $650, maybe $700 for a varmint, and it's a 16-inch barrel. But you know, you get a lot more on them CZ457s. They're just they're hard to beat for the money. But on a cheap rifle, this is, you know, a $249 rifle. This is a $330 scope. They just raised the price on the SH4. They went from $298 to $339, I believe it is now. So they raised it quite a bit. But anyways, we're here at 50 yards, and we're going to start off with some rifle match. Now, this ammunition shoots pretty good in this rifle. There may be a better ammunition. I just haven't really had time to ammo test this yet, which I will be doing here shortly. But I do want to show you how well it shoots this rifle match. It did not shoot long range match for very good at all. And that's one thing that I've been noticing lately. If a rifle won't shoot the long range match, I think the velocity is quite a bit more on the long range match. So it's on the higher end of 1,000 feet per second. It might be in the closer to 1,100, like 1080 to 1,100, depending on your lot. Now, the rifle match is down in the 1050 range. So when a rifle won't shoot the long range match, it tends to like the little bit slower stuff, which is what the rifle match is. So I'm just going to show you how this will shoot at 50 yards real quick, and we'll go from there. Ooh, I do not want that rear bag though. Really been liking this Game Changer for a rear bag. All right. It'll stack them. You just got to do your part. Had to pull that last shot. Like I said, this thing will shoot if you do your part. I am having a lot of trouble doing my part though. It's really awkward. This stock is very, very awkward to shoot with. I probably will be upgrading this stock to, maybe I'm going to order something from Boyd's, maybe an At-1 or the Pro Varmint. I'm definitely going to be doing something. I bought this rifle to show people that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get into the sport. Between this optic and the rifle, I paid $300 for the optic. They did just recently raise the price to $330, and then I paid $250 for the rifle. So I got about $550 plus tax into this rifle and scope combination, which is, I mean, when you consider you can spend, you know, thousands of dollars on these rifles, that's a bargain. I mean, just to get into it and start shooting. And then, you know, you buy this and then upgrade it as you can. You know, if you don't have a lot of money, you buy this setup right here. And then if you want to upgrade it, you know, get a nice Boyd's laminated stock for it. The Savage puts out the Pro Varmint stock on this. I believe it's made by Boyd's, but it's not a nice laminated stock that you can get for, I think you can get those for a couple $100. So you could really have yourself a nice wood laminated stock pro varmint vertical grip, you know, rifle for about $450. So God, you really can't beat it. Here. The rifle will do it. If you do your part, it definitely will do its part. Like I said, if I had a better stock on this, or if I had bought the one with a better stock, the Pro Varmint one, I'm sure I could be doing a lot better shooting this right now. It's just not comfortable. This is set up for like hunting squirrels or small game or whatever. This is not a setup for shooting on a bench. See, I think that was me. I'm gonna shoot all 9 rounds. I think that was it. Yep. All right, well, as you can see, this rifle will shoot. If you can do your part, the rifle definitely does its part. Now, like I said, the rifle is a little crude. The bluing, everything is, you know, it's not what you're gonna get on a more expensive rifle. The trigger's a little, you know, 2 1/4, but I mean, look at, you can really, everything's just not made. It's not machined like these little bit more expensive rifles are, like the CZ457 or the Bagheeras. It's just not machined to that quality, and it's not meant to be that quality. This is $250 rifle for a reason, but it does its job. And if I could get a little bit better stock for this, where I can shoot the way I like to shoot, like I said, this stock is not set up for shooting tiny groups off a bench. It's a little hunting stock, you know. It's a squirrel gun stock. You know, you gotta be comfortable. If you want to shoot good groups off a bench, you have to be comfortable. There's a reason that Anschutz makes the stocks that they make for their rifles, you know. And if you're going to shoot this off of a bench, maybe it would be better just to jump up to the one with the Pro Varmint stock. The rifle will shoot, guys. I really think a lot of people overlook these rifles as a starting point. And you know, if you're on a budget, and you know, if your wife only lets you spend so much money on sporting goods equipment, this is a great way to go. I mean, and then just build upon it. Buy a Boyd stock and you know, turn it into something. But it does the job like it is. It does. It's a little more difficult to do it. All right, guys. So this is after about an hour and a half of cleaning this and scrubbing it, and about 100 patches run through it, scrubbing different chemicals. This is what we still have. Okay, so we still got, look at all that lead buildup in there still. I was still getting dirty patches, but I had to come out and take a look at it. I mean, it's still just leaded up like crazy. It's got some real deep gouges, chatter, or whatever you want to call it, but look how deep it is. And that's what's scraping all that lead off. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, so I don't want to deal with this ever again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lead lamp this barrel. You know, I've spent this much time on it. Yeah, see, there's lead on the lands, but look at how chewed up the lands are right there. I mean, it doesn't have a nice edge. Look at the edge is all like pitted. Now, again, you get what you pay for, right, guys? Now, I had talked to another guy who has a TR, and that has the fluted barrel, and he said his SV, which is what this is all leaded up, which is kind of what led me to scope mine to see what mine looked like. But anyways, his TR, he says, looks great. It looks like it's supposed to. And this is only after a couple hundred rounds, guys. This is maybe 200 rounds. I've taken a crap load of lead out of this thing, and it's still leaded up like crazy. Look at all that lead still. So, I am gonna lead lap this barrel, and then I will scope it again when I'm done. Stay tuned. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much all I got for you today. If you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here, please go down there and hit that subscribe button. I can't build this channel without you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.